All right, welcome everyone. My name is Paula Phillips, also known as Journal Artista. It's Friday evening over on the Journal Artista channel. Today is day number 26 in a row of me going live. It's a bit later in the day. Figured I'm gonna swatch these markers I got a couple weeks ago. I think when I first got them on a stream, I swatched a couple of them, but I would like to prime them all today. Get them working so that I can work at them in my journal. Oh, that was my ankle. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Let me get myself situated. All right. Hey, Joyce. Hi, Melody. Hi, Christy. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Jan. All right. What the devil? Something is stuck in front of me. Not allowing my chair. Hi, April. Hi, Linda. Drinking tea, my friends. I have matcha green tea, one tea bag of matcha green tea, and one tea bag of peppermint tea. See if it's any better than drinking. I think I'm drinking too much coffee. It's just black and still too hot. All right, how are we going to do this somewhat and not miss colors like I did yesterday with the gouache? Well, I think what these are the hoo. Hey, Cheryl. Welcome. I haven't been on Twitter too much today. It's been a heavy day. I know I said I was going to go on and clean, but man, after the events of last night and today, I'm not in the mental headspace to deal with that. I definitely am not. So I'm here to swatch markers. I bought these off Amazon. They're that Ohuhu brand, but as we know, I'm sure there's other markers out there. Like Ohuhu's one of those companies that just label. I shouldn't say just. That relabels or brands other things. So I'm sure there's other. Could be on Amazon. Like all the gel pens we buy, right? They're made at the same manufacturer. They're just labeled different things. I think when I found these, they were labeled like rock painting markers. All right. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to keep them in here first. How many colors are there? 48, I think? No, 36. 3, 7, 10, 20, 24, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40 colors there was. Well, they're cheaper than Posca's, Cheryl. They were $29.99 Canadian, I believe. April's drinking some beer. Sounds good to me. Actually, I'm not a beer drinker. I'm not really an alcohol drinker to begin with, but beer, man, give me a beer and I'll be drinking that thing all night. I can't. The taste. I guess it's an acquired taste. Hi, Barbara. Welcome. I know I enjoy your comments. Thank you for watching and commenting. I really enjoyed Barb Owen's stream today. She streamed at 2 p.m. She showed a beautiful book made out of corrugate covers. I've used Corgan. Obviously, it was a big part of my life for a very long time. Still is, I suppose. It's in me. It's in me. The box, this, it's still in me. But that was inspiring. Both the book she showed and the tag book of hers, I really really enjoyed this morning. Just look. All right. So I'm just going to use. This is my composition book. I'm only going to press it twice. Oh, remember, this set came with instructions too. This set came with step 1, shake, shake, shake. When using, please shake the pen up and down. Press 2, use the pen nib down. Press the pen nib down 5 to 8 times, 2 to 3 seconds each time. No, not 2 to 3 seconds, because that, for me, that I end up with absolutely paint everywhere. Until it seeps out. Oh no. It's when look at that, it's one of Patty's beads. One of Patty Tolly Parrish lamp beads. I keep my special stuff in that I can see it when I'm streaming. It's hard. They're like little. I have you guys probably saw it yesterday. It's an ink pad holder. This wooden one that somebody handmade. I bought it a long time ago, but I have special stuff in it. Anyway, so let's prime it a little bit. So if you search on Amazon, like the American Amazon, anyways, it might be, like I said, it's like rock painting or something. So I'm just going to take out my comp book, do a little scribbly till it gets going. And we'll get my sketchbook out. Hi, Diane. No names or anything on these. I think, where is that page that has the paint on it? I wanted to swatch them twice. Well, I guess I'm on top of paint in my other journal, so it's all good. We shall just do it just like this. So it just says acrylic paint marker. Oh hoo hoo. It's so fun to say oh hoo hoo. You can take the girl out of the box, but you can't take the box out of the girl. That's for sure. How many box jokes did I hear? I keep thinking, I get all the emails from all the competitors, the jobs and stuff, but the internet. Right, so I cleared it out. I'll put the ones I've already primed, that we've already done, back in the container. What's fun about these is that because the barrels are clear, see how it's milky? You can tell when it's shaken. Hey, Debbie. Did I say hello, Diana? My apologies, can't remember. So this way, you're going to hear a whole heck of a lot. Maybe if I shook a couple at the same time, that'd be good. Now, if this is going to bother you, I'm taking random markers, not in any particular color order. So my apologies for that. All right. So it says like two to what did it say? 2 to 3 seconds? No. If I did that for 2 to 3 seconds, me personally, I'd flood this pen and have paint everywhere but where I want it. Sometimes with these type of pens, it's better to like let it flow a little bit and then just let gravity take its course. This one is fluorescent, not quite elevated. Not quite. I'm afraid though. Anyone else paint pen challenged? Hey, Patty. Good to see you, my friend. No apologize. That's right, Melody. That's a hard habit to break. If you don't like swatching and non-rainbow order. Thank you for watching anyways. Hi, Dorothy. Well, I guess you could do this. For 30 pens, this may take a while. It's all right. It's Friday night. I don't have anything better to do. They write. They're very fine tip. So in this journal, obviously in this journal, I have inks. I have paint. I have gesso. There's some. All right. Here's on top of some craft paint. I think they, in my humble opinion, or sometimes not so humble, I think they work pretty well. Oh, that's fine. We like lurkers around here. We're getting ready for ICAD 2020 index card a day. I was just looking on Instagram recently at Gypsy 99 at her stuff, and anyways, she released the first. Okay, let me look at my. Let me look. I took the screenshots. She showed uh Gypsy 99 on Instagram is Daisy Yellow. But she showed the first couple of days. I won't show too much. But then she also has Daisy Yellow 2020 index card a day themes. Now, this is the 10th year, right? It's a 10 years for a lot of us, a decade for a lot of things. But I don't remember a theme. So themes weeks number 1, 2, and 3. I don't remember there being themes before. I remember like daily prompts, but not themes. First week, the theme is typography, symbols, graffiti, found text, and lists. That sounds right up my option. Well, it says 100% optional theme. So maybe that's a new thing. Or maybe it's been a thing for a while and I just didn't know. You did it 2 years ago. That's wonderful. Hi, Patricia. Welcome. Happy Friday. All right. Let's see this pink one. Again, these are labeled like search for rock painting, paint pens, or something like that. It was under such a weird name. Now you're not getting, necessarily probably Posca quality or up here. Oh, can you even see? And it might not be all the way. A couple dots. Yeah, actually not quite all the way primed. You can still see that it's clear here. So I'm using it and it's not all the way good. Welcome, Amalia. Thank you for being here, my friends. Hey, Kathy. Ah, well, that's brighter. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not nowhere near. Still not quite all the way primed, but it'll do its thing in the bag. I'm impatient like that. All right, let's shake a couple at the same time. Make sure all the lids are on. There's 40 colors. This could take a while. Everybody got some tea? Does my set have metallics? It's a 40 set. They do have, let's see. I believe so. it's not easy to shake more than 2 at a time. This is metallic. None of them, they don't have any names on them, but that's definitely a copper. Gold. Yeah, maybe you don't want to see. Did we do the white last time? We did. So I used that a couple weeks ago and haven't used it since. So that'll be a good test to see how it goes. What other colors do I have over here? I don't think you necessarily will have to shake. That's a different type of gold, I think. Or maybe 2 golds. Maybe you got 2. There's a silver. That's like peach. Is this another? It's hard to tell. Some of these are hard to tell if they're a brown or a gold. That's definitely, looks like there's 2 gold markers in here, which could have been a mistake. Hi, Glenda. I mean, they say 2 to 3 seconds. I guess we should follow the instructions, right? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That color is almost the exact color of the paint I used on my foamy stamp. I don't even know if you can see this. No, because it's too busy. I'll bring it up to the camera in a moment. I'm looking at the tip to see if it's actually all the way. Maybe not the best color to show. Fluorescent green. So hard to see because it's almost the exact same color as that paint. Hi, CB. On watercolor markers, you can wet them. Well, I think you can wet anything. Let me try. I mean, who was it? Was it Anna Victoria Calderon? Where I saw where somebody first showed that you could, maybe it was a video. Well, that's not doing anything. This is acrylic. I shouldn't be using that. But they showed using the jelly roll. I always want to call them lightning. They're not lightning. The fluorescent ones, moonlight. Stardust or sprinkle. The moonlight pens you can use as you can use water with to watercolor. Do I have them close? I don't know if I have them close. No, and you guys saw what my room looks like. So if I move something, I might cause a craft-a-lanche to move something else. It's underneath there. But I always say, while it's still wet, try it. Put some water to it, see what happens. Oh yeah, never mind. That bag of pens is in the living room. See what all my jelly rolls I put into those zip around cases, right? Like the 48 cases. Again, hidden away from me, and I never use them. I shouldn't say never. But when they're hidden away like that, I don't tend to use them. Right, let's see the white. I swatched the white the other day, or we used the white when I first got them. Here's a good test. There's a lot of color wash, old Adirondack color wash going on here. Oh, let's give it a shake. Did I shake it already? I'm drinking some tea. Did you find it, Debbie? What was it called in the US? Rock painting or something. If those are acrylic paint pens, they would work on a jelly plate. I would be afraid because they're such fine point. fine point, fine tipped. Hmm. Look at that, my friend. So, when did I get these? Is it just me, or it's like looks like it's not doing anything? I am on top of like color wash, so that may not be good. Let's get it. Let's get some type of. This is a book made out of my crusty bit jelly prints. Oh, that's better. I just didn't have it primed. Let's put it over here, see what happens. Oh well. When in doubt, draw some circles. Some spots seem kind of translucent, so maybe not the absolute best white pen, but at the same time, you're not supposed to open it once and not use it again for 3 weeks, probably. Hmm. Again, I am not the paint pen aficionado. I have nothing but paint pen problems. I'm the first to admit it started with Sharpie White many, many years ago. We have never gotten along. I tried to take the tip out. I remember Miko told me to put the tip in upside down. That worked for a little bit. And it could be, again, not the pen's fault, more the artist, because I tend to treasure my stuff rather than using them. You know what? This book still feels damp. That could be that could be a problem. Uh, I'm not necessarily happy about this, if I must admit. But I think it's like I said, it's the user. Oh, that was much better. So again, it's just about like pumping it. Like, are you supposed to pump it while you're using it? Are you only supposed to prime it once at the very beginning of its life? Or, I am like I said, paint pen challenged over here. Paint marker challenge. All right, some of the girls want to see some. Let's try the gold. I mean, it turned out okay. It's not, we got issues over here. But again, I'm trying to go over shake, shake, shake. We might not do all 40 pens at this rate, my friends. We'll be here all night. It's been, yeah. Big hugs and much love to everybody. But what's been going on? I spent a lot of time in Minneapolis. Um, everybody jokes that I have the Canasorian accent. And let me see. How am I gonna say this? Let's just start. You know what? If this disclaimer, if me getting on a soapbox, you don't like to hear what I have to say when it comes to that type of stuff, that's fine. You can go, but I am going to talk about it. I was born and raised in Toronto. Multi. At one point, we were the most multicultural city in the world. I grew up in Scarborough, which is one of the rough parts of Toronto, which I never felt that way growing up. But I grew up where everybody lived with everybody. That's how, like, everybody lived with everybody. I lived in a 12-story apartment building my whole life. The whole area, like I went to school, everybody we all went to the same school. We all got the same education. It wasn't until I joined the LDS church in high school. And I was able to go to Washington. Now, in the U.S., we went to the U.S. every year. My dad played in a hockey tournament in Buffalo. So as a really young kid, the only time I ever went to the U.S. was in Buffalo, and it was a shopping spree. That was all it was, like, especially back then. Now, we have a lot of things at the U.S., but 30 years ago, there wasn't Walmart up here. There wasn't whatever. So going to the U.S. when I was super young meant just going across the border and getting all these cool Nike shoes and stuff. But when I was in high school, like I said, I joined the LDS church. That's a whole story for another day. And which I enjoyed, the LDS church. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely. Anyway, we got to go to with my friend to Hilton Head, South Carolina. And I some of the ladies in the group know the story already. And I was 16, and I we drove, and I think it was about Washington D.C. and we're somewhere around Maryland, and I was like, this is strange. Something just changed. Like as a kid, and I'm just sharing my own experiences of what me growing up and what I felt. So at Washington D.C., Maryland, we stayed the night, and I just felt to myself, it's like you could draw a line. The segregation blew my mind. I just didn't. I was like, what? This is where the white people live. This is where the black people live. This is where the brown people live. I was just like, what? What? Like I just that was my first kind of culture shock. I'm like, that was interesting. So then further on, we went to Hilton Head, South Carolina. Now I was 16 at this point. Yes, we learned a lot about American history. We learned about in high school or in school in general. We learned about every you know country. So I knew a lot about. I wouldn't say a lot. Don't get no. I'll take that back. I knew about American history, but I guess I didn't really understand it. Right. So I go to South Carolina, Hilton Head, South Carolina. Again, I am from Toronto, born and raised, the most multicultural city in the world where we live with everybody. I could not believe that every service job on Hilton Head Island, every service job, no matter where it was black or brown. And I was like, the most absolute, and I'm ashamed of thinking about it. That was the first time I saw segregation and kind of was like, what the heck? Like, I couldn't understand, especially 16, right? I didn't really understand it. So, fast forward over the years, I started working at a box plant. I was 18. I spent a lot of time in the US. My husband was American, as everybody knows. Uh, he was in the US Army stationed in Alaska, my ex husband. And, I've been to Alaska multiple times, I think 8 trips. Been, then through work, I've had lots of experiences in the US. I've worked in lots of plants in the US, right? Many, many. And I personally, on not a work related trip, I was with one of my exes in Indiana, coming from Chicago. And because I was with a black guy, we were pulled over because he was speeding. I won't go into the full story, but let me tell you, that was the first time I was ever put in the back of a cop car for absolutely no reason other than I was driving with a black guy. So I don't know what's wrong with the US. I don't know anything enough about the history or about, not saying Canada's perfect. Well, absolutely, we've got our own issues up here, and everybody could be better. But segregation, my friends, that's number one. That's like growing up, right? It's like I never saw a difference because I grew up with everybody else. Everybody was equal. Everybody was with everybody. So I've gotten on this rant more than once. You've heard me say something about, you know. So for me, it's hard. Again, same thing about the politics and COVID stuff going on in the U.S. Growing up in, you have to understand my paradigm. Growing up in a socialist country like Canada, and the blessings it's afforded me, my friends. I I have a hard time understanding stuff. You know, the cultural separate exactly, Linda, exactly. So it's sad, it hurts my heart. I mean, I and what's weird, what's interesting, and this is me outside. I spent a lot of time in the US, a lot. I and many, I was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I spent more than 3 months, at least 3 months, in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Germantown, Wisconsin, North Tonawanda, those, which was Buffalo, New York. I was there for months, months and months. So it's not just me visiting over the story or whatnot, and my interesting time in Indiana in the back of a cop car, which of course they searched, absolutely found nothing. Anyway, my heart goes out to everything. In Minneapolis, I got to go see a Raptors game actually. Um, at well, it was their old stadium, whatever. But of all the states and all the places I've been in the U.S., I never felt any racial tension in Minneapolis. I mean, obviously, I wasn't there long enough. Like I felt the plant. There was a balance in the plant. It was multicultural, so it's shocking and sad and disturbing and absolutely disgusting and all of the above, all of the above. And I just don't sometimes. as a Canadian, growing up the way I grew up, I just don't understand because I don't see color. I don't. I mean, everybody knows, Cybit's black. It's just the way everybody is everybody. Like I have dated every nationality. It's who we grew up with. It's who we grew up with. And I'm thinking, Simon had a conversation the other day, like, how blessed was I, even though I grew up in a rough spot. Definitely it wasn't rough, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean, don't nowhere near um anywhere, somewhere in the States, but we were able to have a proper education, and no matter, I was able to get the same education if I lived in the roughest part of Scarborough or the richest part of Richmond Hill. It was anyways, I don't know what the solutions are, my friends, other than we have to love everybody. I was watching, I watch some people on the bottom of the YouTube. There's I always say I have this like dirty little secret. I watch all these reaction channels and all this stuff, all these things that get me right worked up what people can monetize on YouTube. And there's this one woman I watch. I'm not gonna call her out because she doesn't need any more views because I think it's absolutely disgusting what she does. But sometimes she vlogs and she goes around and says, one of her favorite things to say is kung flu and all that stuff. She's actually from Indiana, and she'll drive around, and she'll be this one day. She's like, "Oh, I don't understand these Symbolians. They just got here, and how do they even have a?" She's going off this rant. I'm like, this is, and I just wrote the nastiest of nastiest comments. When you talk about troll, I just couldn't believe what was coming out of her mouth. Well, yesterday or the day before, does she get live and say, that is disgusting what happened to that man. I don't understand. We need to change. We need to do this. And I just looked at us. I just said, this is rich coming from the woman who says, oh, those Somalians can't drive. Yes, that's exactly. So don't, that type of ignorance, right? Maybe not racism necessarily, definite ignorance. It's bad news, my friends. Bad news. And again, I'm not over here on my high horse. We definitely have problems in Canada and whatever, but sometimes it's very hard and hurts my heart. I just don't get it. I just don't get it because here we grow up. I grew up, and I was born in '78. I grew up in the '80s, right? I was an '80s kid. So, but in the '80s, I grew up with everybody. Everybody lived with everybody. But and I know lots of people do it for their views, and that's why I research it. It's kind of like researching, John. And I've for a long time and I've said this before. It's like, YouTube has become a place where it's all about clicks and views and stuff. When I joined YouTube or started my YouTube channel 10 years ago, it was about sharing what I loved. Right now it's become like, oh, who can best clickbait and this and that and chaos. Like, it's amazing what people do out there. Like, anyway, but the ignorance, those type of things, right? You can't say stuff like ignorant crap towards whether it's immigrants or people that you assume are immigrants, right? Just because they're a different color skin doesn't mean they're not American or Canadian or whatnot. Like, you can't be ignorant like that and then turn around and say, oh, that's unjust, oh, what they did to that. And it's true. Anyway, drink some tea, Paula. I just my heart hurts for Minneapolis, for my heart hurts for it all, my friends, for it all. But it's got to start. It's got to start with seeing everybody equal, you know. And I'm truly blessed that I was able to grow up in a place where I could learn about every other culture, not just my own, you know. And I don't just mean black or brown. I mean Asian, every culture. Anyways, that's off my box. It was a hard day. It was a heavy day for me to watch that, and oh, enough's enough. I truly believe that enough's enough. And I tweeted something. If that means I lose views, I lose subscribers, I lose whatever, I'm still going to stand up for what is right, even if I'm standing alone. What? Oh no, Sydney, you should not be here, my girl, when I'm ranting about my friends, my friends. Does your mother know you're here? Hi, Sydney. How are you, my girl? So, before Sydney leaves, she is my first niece. I am going to show the absolute gorgeous picture. I need to show something. Sydney, don't go. I have to find something in the living room. Here's a I have to show you something. I found something from 2013. Oh, now I'm getting emotional because Sydney's in here. There's Sydney and her dad. All right, give me 2 seconds. I gotta get that book. I gotta get that back. Everybody, be nice to my niece. And here I was at Kathy's the other day saying, "No, my family just lurks." All right, real quick. Is she still here? Hi, Anita. Hey, Pauline. That's right, Dot. Like so that's why I said sometimes it's hard for me to understand. Like I grew up in a paradigm. So this book, I used to watch my nieces, as everybody knows, after I lost my job. When the box plant shut down, I came and moved out here to Whitby to watch my two nieces. And they seen me obviously eat. At that time I was exercising and doing all that before I broke my foot while I was there. But and anyways, there was always Sydney and I used to have a conversation that, you know, a long time ago. I've always wanted to write a book. I've said this before. And I always there's like fun stuff in here. I was talking about this book yesterday. So I was telling my sister the other day that I I've been developing this book idea that Sydney gave me. I think she probably thought I was manic, and I am. I was, but I finally found it. This is my niece's writing from 2013, 7 years ago. She gave me this idea. She looked at me. So Sydney, you would have been 2013. So 7, I think, 6 or 7. And she said that I should write a book called Healthy Foods. I thought it was Eating Healthy by Auntie P, but Healthy Foods by Auntie P. So I've been developing this idea for years, but I finally found that particular thing. So I had to show you that, Sydney. I've kept all this stuff over the years. Yeah, Auntie P, ANTYP. Oh, that's not embarrassing. Hopefully that's not embarrassing. Oh boy. Are you doing any art, Sydney? Now I'm talking louder. I don't know why I'm talking louder like she's there. We all try. All right, so this gold, I've been using it as a. I apologize, guys. I wasn't really watching the chat. Well, I was going on about that topic, and then my niece came in and threw me right off course. Yeah, your writing doesn't look like that anymore. And you know how to spell. Oh boy, what is it? I am hot. Sorry, my thing. We are. Wow, Dorothy says during World War II, we were bombed out 3 times. When German POWs, prisoner of war, were sent near us to mend roads, my mom sent us to talk to them. She thought they would be lonely and afraid away from home. See, that's the kind that's that now that's the attitude. You know, people are people. People, we are all humans, my friends. We all. I just don't. Again, it's hard for me to understand because I grew up in a different But I think, like I said, I don't know what the differences are. The segregation was a real big first thing I noticed, anyways. And then all service jobs, like up here where it's, everybody does. I don't know. But anyways, my heart goes out to Minneapolis, to everywhere around, around the U.S. Hopefully, we can heal through this. Learn from we need this. It has to stop. It just has to stop. Night, Glenda. See you tomorrow. So I don't know if this gold pen just sucks, or because I've been talking and not really doing anything. I don't know if it really sucks. It just doesn't. It's no Posca paint pen, that's for sure. But so they were $30 Canadian. Debbie, how much money did you pay for them? $30 Canadian for, oh no, $39.99, I think. About $1 a pen, anyways. Now Posca pens, I want to say I paid more than $1 a marker for a Posca pen. So maybe this is a case of you get what you pay for. And maybe I'm a paint pen challenge. I've never been the best, especially fine tip paint pens. Sydney, how are you watching me without Rachel not being right there watching too? I am making a mess. Well, see, the pen is skipping over. Here is some watercolor crayon, and the pen is skipping over it. Which makes sense, right? I mean, it's water-based acrylic marker with type of oil-based pastel. I mean, it's water-soluble pastels, but they're the oily kind. That's a little something something to it. Let's see. Last time I did use the black as well. I think that's all we tested was the black and white. Anyways, I hope I didn't upset anybody with my rant, but I don't even know if it was a rant. My thoughts, my heart. Like I said, my heart is heavy. Oh, she was watching. Oh, Rachel's like, Auntie P doesn't watch this. Auntie P's talking about. Oh, you see, my friends, you never know who's watching. You really don't. You never ever know who's watching. We need to remember history. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Debbie says that they were $30 American for 40 pens, and I paid 40 Canadian. Yeah, that makes sense, right? 40 Canadian, 30 American. So they're. Oh no, I didn't. Unless there was two blacks. That doesn't look like it was. But you don't have yours yet, Debbie? Hmm. What did I use? What did I do that with? A marker? I'm gonna try the black. I think that I'm not gonna swatch these pens. This takes too long. I think this will have to be a prime them as you go type of supply. Be here all night doing this for 40 pens. Hi, Gina. Did you see? I just the you were talking in Barb's. You're asking Barb's about an email. I'm doing my membership my membership project. So I've asked members if they want to send me an email. If you want to be part of the project, if you want some shoutage outage, Then some shout outs. If you want to be part of my, I would love to have you part of my membership project. So just send me email at journalartista@gmail.com. That's for sure. Hi, Linda, by the way. Yeah, I know, Melody. But you know, like I said, I'll, I'll stand up for what's right, even if you're standing alone. It's a quote that I remember from high school, and it's always stuck with me. And I don't even remember who the quote was. It was this poster. I can distinctly, I was in grade 12, and for the baseball team, I was on a softball team, and we were raising money for something. So it was one of those catalogs, you know, like school catalog, fundraiser fundraiser things, and there was a poster in it, and that was all that was on the poster. Stand up for what's right, even if you're standing alone. And it was always something that stuck with me. I like the black is working nicely. Like I said, my friends, for $1 a pen or less than $1. Let's see, just do some Basquiat inspired marks. I like this black is working nicely. See, I might just be too impatient with the other paint pens. Thanks, Gina. I'll just and then I just send you the little questionnaire back. Let me just ask Simon something. Was there any mail? Hmm. The mail is, man, it is slow, which is understandable. Maybe let's see a blue one. Yeah, I'm too impatient to let these pens prep for 40 pens. I did see the coffee bunny, Debbie. Love him. I'm printing out my pictures one by one. Have to write down who they. I get them confused. I love my mini printer. Have I said that recently? Hi, Elizabeth. Oh yeah, the old brand. Oh sweet goodness, here I'm talking about Gina. I totally forgot. They're Ohuhu. Debbie, is that the brand that you found, or did you find? Ohuhu's one of those companies that rebrands stuff. So you might be able to find the same type of pen, but with a different brand, right? Like when I bought the alcohol markers, some of us bought Ohuhu's. Mine are like Touch News or Touch 5, and there was Touch New, and but they were called on Amazon like rock painting pens or something strange. They weren't marketed for some reason. I guess maybe they're marketing for because there's so many people that are like painting. Even Andrew showed me she was painting some beautiful rocks. People are painting rocks and hiding them around their neighborhoods. So maybe that's why they're marketed for rock painting. I don't know. Since when did rock painting become so popular? I need an art assist. Exactly, Kathy. Sorry, start shaking some pens. I've been studying Linda Berry, so I've been doing lots of spirals lately. Although she does tight spirals, it's different for a different reason to focus. So actually, that blue looks nice. I think the ones that aren't working right, either I didn't shake them enough, I'm too impatient, I haven't primed them enough. Let's see. We'll try another metallic one. I'll try this other. Oh, this is a gold I've been using. Well, I asked this question and then I didn't look up to finish to see if anyone had answered. Jane says the ones she got were for rocks and tires. Rocks and tires. Oh. Dorothy has Touch New and they have two different paint. The alcohol ones. Hi Josie, good to see you. Rock painting and tire marking. What? Interesting combination. Oh, so what I was asking, especially these fine tip pens, are you supposed to prime them all the time? Like I said, I am paint pen challenged. That's why I kind of shy away from them. Uh, Once you prime your pen the first time, right? It's brand new. I've got it primed. It's all good. Are you ever supposed to pump it after that? Maybe that's my problem. I'm a pumper. I'm like, come on. Like I get impatient and I keep pumping, and next thing you know, I have a flood. Maybe you're not supposed to pump after. Like I'm probably supposed to be using paint markers slower too. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to markers, I just do like this. Like maybe it's supposed to be a little bit more intentional so that the paint flows out of the mark. I'm trying to I'm just trying to figure out any way, any other reason other than blaming myself. No, it's totally me. It's totally me. Pump as it needed. Depends on the brand and time and size in between use. A friend of mine ordered toilet paper from China when she was first out, and then she got these tiny. Yeah. Hi, Mary Beth. Yeah, China. That was another interesting fact. When I went to Virginia, I was in Virginia, um, at one of the paper plants there, and I was amazed that 85% of the paper they produced in that plant off the coast of in Virginia went to China. 85% of the paper produced went to China. That was in the box industry. Years ago, I can remember like Brita, right? We made very fancy Brita boxes when I worked on the floor, so 20 years ago, and like the fancy Brita things. But then all of a sudden, in the mid 2000s, sometime, so China would make the Britas, but they would come here and they'd put them in about whatever. But everything just started to be made, and you know, boxes were made in China. So, but China doesn't, China doesn't have the natural resources. They don't have the anyway. That's why I have to send the paper there. I was blown away. 85% is a huge number of all paper produced in that plant went to China. Huge number, and that was a long time ago. It could be higher now. Thank you so much, Mary Beth. Welcome to the Artista family. I always sound so terrible. Like I am so excited when you guys are members, but I don't want to like go absolutely too crazy. I'll be like a gamer. Hype in the chat. Hype in the chat. Where's Sydney? Sydney, what should I say? Oh, I don't know if Sydney's still listening. Did your mother tell you that I'm a gamer now? That I love Animal Crossing? She might not still be here. I don't know about this gold. This gold seems very let me look. Actually, I need to put it in a different book. That's you have to. Sometimes you have to. Just like my coffee, my pot holder dress. You just have to laugh sometimes. Oh boy. Why did the plant that I worked in, and interestingly, it's not ironic because some people say it's not. Interestingly, where I live right now, 5 minutes down the road, 5-minute walk, there was another Smurfit MBI plant or consolidated bathroom. So over the years, long story short, the Burlington, Whitby, Pembroke, there were plants that were really old, right? So 40, 50 years old. So what my company did, they built a brand new plant, two big mothership plants with brand new machinery, and then went bankrupt, but we won't go there. Brand new machinery, and so they one plant opening one brand new mother plant closed down three other factories. So Milton and Guelph, the two big mother plants shut down. Just consolidate. I shouldn't say just, but consolidate. That is what happened. So that the corrugator or the machines that were in the Burlington plant. I mean, some of them moved, but there were some of them were so old, like it's not the newer machine could produce, like the new corrugator in Guelph and Milton could outproduce it 3 times. So yeah, and it was far away. Guelph and Milton, like this is Toronto. Over here is Burlington. Over here I am in Whitby, where my family is. And Milton and Guelph are like Guelph is like all the way up here. And Milton somewhere over here. So I was hardly seeing and this from Burlington to Whitby is a 2-hour drive. Across Toronto, at least 2 hours. So I wasn't seeing my family living in Burlington. There was no way I was going to move up way up there. Eileen. Everybody just checking my thing. I think my niece gave up. So I wanted to get out a different book that where I could try this gold and I mean I can get out a Posca. I've got other pens above me here that I can test beside it. Let's see. We'll go back to this book. Oh no. That's a hot mess. But this might be a good test. There's a lot going on there. So let us check. Excuse me while I reach over. And even some of these Poscas when I bought them, there's some of them aren't primed. That is terrible. Let's see, is the red? I used the red before, so the size of the tip, big difference. Big difference. And this Posca, this is the Aussie Grand Gen made us buy these. What it says 1.8 to 2.5 millimeter ones. I can't give you much information on it. There's no English. Let's see. Now, this is where we get this. See, this is where I get problems. I haven't used a pen in a long time. I start pumping it. Next thing you know, I have a flood of stuff, and then it didn't come out there. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm going to have to spend some hours in front of the couch. I don't have a couch. In front of the TV, working on these pens. Man, oh man, there's some Liquitex ones. The Liquitex. Shake your pen. Oh, you wonder if they'll stick my pages together when I close the. Well, these tiny ones probably not. Kathy, because it's such a fine tip that, I mean, I say that, but this is a Liquitex one. Oh man. Like Barb said today, you got it. Well, I've been saying that to myself for 20 years. Use it or lose it. I still can't seem to get it through my thick head. All right, look at that Posca pen. Now that is a paint pen, my friends. Now that show. Yeah, Jane. See, that's the thing. I think with me and paint pens, Jane's telling me I need to give the tip a little time to soften up and saturate. Like I'm just so. I'm not Elizabeth. I know you came in late. I'm gonna have to wait till Monday to do a members only stream to clean. Not the regular time to do cleaning. It was I'm not gonna go into it again, but man, my heart was heavy. I wasn't in the to to clean, like for me to have to deal with all this stuff, I have to be the best mental. I shouldn't say the best. I have to be in a good mental space to clean, because if I go in it already overwhelmed and upset about something, you know what I mean? Like I have to be in a positive mental space to clean my art room, because if I go into it already upset or stressed or something, it's just gonna go downhill from there. That would be. But that blue from that Posca, that worked. The rest of these ones is ginormous. But see, it's not probably, I am. I'm way too. I want to just take the lid off and have my pen work. So having to shake it and prime it and pump it and this Liquitex one. See, well, the tip was damaged to begin with, which is my fault. But man, these are. See, there was a debate in Barb's chat today about throwing old stuff out. And my 2 cents, or my toonie, I should say. Sometimes when you have an art room full of 20-year-old stuff, fighting this pen for 10 minutes to get it to work, it's not worth it. Not worth it when you have. I hope that doesn't sound flippant, but sometimes I would rather. It's just time to let it go. Take my lumps, learn my lesson, and move on. Like, am I going to spend 10 minutes to fight with this to get out marks that I'm not going to be happy with? But that is kind of a cool thing if you take something that's not working right like this and make a whole bunch of marks. Somebody's calling me, which is rare. Um, sometimes the unintentional marks with a dried out pen like this could be fun though too. You could get some cool things, but this sometimes it's just not worth it. Like with some of those old craft paints, like I was saying yesterday, like I end up giving myself a blister trying to but papers, all that's different. But old dried up art supplies, sometimes not worth it. Like, I mean, I guess I could use this up and like continue to again pump it, I might get some interesting things, but right now it's just looking like blood. So Garbaggio for that. It's just, to me, it's just not worth it. I just have to learn my lesson and say, okay, look, I didn't use it, I lost it, time to go, move on. Night, Joyceage. That's right. That's another thing, Jane, too. The space it takes up is worth more than the pen, especially when you're literally your art room is swallowing you. So that one, throw it out there. There's another. I don't know. I can remember Gene. We never had any music scrap, Gene, with these Isink. Excuse me. I keep saying Isink. Derwent graphic line painters. It's a 0.5. These never worked very well to begin with. I have a whole bunch of random. I want to throw a layer of gesso on this. Well, maybe not a layer of gesso. Well, yeah, maybe a layer of gesso. But they were super fine tip paint pens. I don't know if I ever got them to work. And look, here I am writing it. It's the first, and it working perfectly. Can you see that? Maybe not so tiny because it's only a 5.5 pen. So some pens, a pen that I thought that I was never able to work, after 5+ years works perfectly. Oh boy. Interesting. I take that back. I take that back, Derwent graphic pen. That's actually pretty impressive for a 0.5 tip and not used for a long time. Store horizontally. Japan nib water-based pigment painter. That actually I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that one. Do I have another one? Oh, more Liquitex. More Liquitex. But I do say if you use something up, save the empty packaging and use it in your art. Like that journal, my Dilutions journal with all my empty gel pens on them. These are more Liquitex Basics. 2.4 neutral gray. So what do you do when you procrastinate? You swatch paint pens? I don't know what I'm procrastinating. This one is a little bit better than that red. Well, the red had a very damaged tip to begin with. No, the gray's all right. If I let it do its thing even more, it would have been better. Titanium white. Same thing happened with my sewing machine. It wouldn't work with masks. Tried it tonight on pot holders and it works. Linda, do you see my pot holder dress? Yeah, you watch live streams. Exactly, Kathy. And you know what? I've been productive. I've been enjoying watching everybody else's streams, and I've tried to do something productive in the background. I've been trying anyways. Sometimes that's just taking a bath. So this white's half decent. This is titanium white. Is titanium white one of the opaque ones, or is titanium white the translucent one? It's looking a little translucent. But still good. That one, Liquitex Basics. Maybe it was just the red. Well, the red I was using when I was studying Basquiat. So I had put a lot of, I use a lot. Does white come with a set? Like in the Ohuhu set? There is a white in the Ohuhu set. Carbon black. This bad boy. But you guys, oh, dang it! I keep dipping my hand into that paint there. My big boy. Hey, Zandra. Wait a second. Why does this not have a ball in it? Hold the fort. That one has a ball in it. Is it stuck? These are all supposed to have balls in them, right? Right, Linda? Yeah, in the Ohuhu set, there is a white, yes. Am I shaking something that's not supposed to be shook? I mean, it's the same as this black, and the black has a ball in it. Well, this is a brand new one. No. I bought 2 of these. Like I said, Jen made us buy these. And they don't have any English. Like, I bought them on Amazon. I think you can get them now. This one is 8mm. Look at that. Well, those still work well. Yeah, so the Ohuhu are definitely not, Posca paint pen status. But I guess if you're if you're painting rocks or tires, it's so random, rocks or tires. That's so weird. Oh no, that one has it. Oh, that means it's stuck in there somewhere. I have to give it a good shake. That means that it's like solid, right? Sometimes if I hit it. Oh, oh, there we go. Just needed a little love. Oh, I kind of hear it. It hasn't been used in a while. My friends, I'm sweating up a storm. This is a workout over here. It's like that shake weight. Who remembers the shake weight? Shake, shake, shake. All right. So I guess more. It was just. I must have been. It was somewhat solid in there, right? All right. Now we're good. I mean, it worked without it anyways, but all right. Posca's all good. I won't have to worry about the other ones probably. This ginormous Liquitex one. This one is translucent though, fluorescent red. There's still quite a lot of paint in there. This was definitely more liquidy. Liquidy. Listen to me and my grammar. Who learned me how to spoke? Yeah, I'm probably frustrating the pants out of most people that I'm not swatching all these. I'll swatch some of these lighter ones, the yellows. But there's only so much of this shaking I can do. It's hot. It's hot infomercials. They still sell them. Oh boy. Shake, 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 shake your paper. Yep. It's exercise, my friends. Seriously, I'm breaking out in a sweat over here. Might be the lights, but let's see. I'll go over here. Is this a screw? Wait a second. Hold the fort. Is this supposed to screw off? Um, I don't think I remember that. It just, yeah. Oh, we could have had some very bad news. Oh, sweet love and goodness. I could have unscrewed. Oh boy, good thing I paid attention. We could have had just the most biggest mess going. This is so Liquitex professional paint marker, water based, and look, it's dripping everywhere, making some splots. Well, all else is telling me some splots. This is fluorescent red, and because I unscrewed it. What was I thinking? Look at this. Hey, Shauna. No, I haven't done my my pen stream yet, but fluorescent red is kind of fun. But the fluorescent red is everywhere. I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. You know, something as simple as this. At least I'm not really doing anything, but at least I'm getting my stuff out and playing with it. If that means that I'm just scribbling here, scribbling there, it's all good. It's better than sitting on the couch and doing nothing. It's more than I've done for years. So if this is boring, my apologies. It's going to be like this for a while. I shouldn't say that. It's not going to be like this for a while. right, that pen. Put the cap on. Let's put this one away nicely. Again, I don't know why it's got a twisty. Oh, maybe it has a twist top. No, I don't know why it would have a twist top. I'm not even gonna speculate. Man, I'm hot. I need a fan. Whew. Sean is streaming tomorrow. And Debbie. Did you buy one of those, Cheryl? Did you buy a shake weight? No. Hi, Eileen. Thanks, Pauline. Oh, it's all the shaking. Oh, yeah, it's true. It literally is. I am. I really am sweating up a storm over here. All right, let's try some yellow, cause yellow, as like always say, is tricky business. Again, these are the acrylic paint marker bio hoo hoo. The bag looks like this, and you might be able to find them under a different brand name. Shake, shake, shake. But thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Tomorrow is Stencil Saturday. I have something fun planned. I'm investigating. If you, I'm investigating the tip. You streamed twice, Eileen? I only remember one. I was at one. She did not say one word, my friend. She showed she was showing some I almost said PowerPoint. Not PowerPoint. You missed Woodless Wednesday, Linda. I am. I stream Wednesdays and Saturdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. I stream every day. Today's day number what, 25? Day number 25 in a row of going live. I don't usually know when I'm going to. Sometimes I like to stream some in the morning, sometimes not. To be honest, it just all depends on how I'm feeling and what else I'm doing that day. If I have, an appointment I have to be online for or whatnot. So the yellow, I don't know if you can see it there or not. So let's see. Now this, the hard thing about this book too is that there's so many layers of ink on here that, especially with the yellow, it might not stay yellow because the ink might taint it, but maybe not. Ever since I studied Basquiat there for a bit, but study, I guess, is a loose term. But I like to do these little. Always use them, like when you're playing cards or everything. So the yellow could be tricky, but it's definitely tricky on. That's not on acrylic. Over here on this book I was using, this is a hot mess. Let's go over here. Let's see if I can. Hey, that's pretty bright, my friends, on top of acrylic. And this would have been craft paint. Well, probably mostly student grade acrylic, to be honest. Probably Liquitex Basics for these prints. So that's actually, that yellow shows up pretty well. It's a very fine tip pen, right? So I'm not expecting complete miracles with it. But yellow's tricky business, my friends. It's tricky business. Ooh, Sandra's rice paper, jelly plate, and magicals came in today. Now that sounds like a wonderful combination. Awesome. Eileen streamed a Secret Sister box opening? I missed that. I didn't miss. I just remember the one she did where she was doing her digital stuff and she didn't say nothing. She ignored all of us in chat on Ustream. Did not look at. I don't know if she was watching chat, but if she was, she ignored every single word of it. So all right, that yellow is pretty good. Now this one is a fluorescent yellow. Did I? Nope. Like I said, these are fun pens. I'm not expecting, you know, I'm not expecting the world, the best quality out of them, but it should be fun. And then he said, like I said, you need a workout. You can march in pace and shake these pens at the same time. Get your biceps going, get your triceps moving. Ooh, what I should be doing. I did get that Delusions journal yesterday in the mail. The little one, the black one, the black paper. I wonder what these markers would be like on top of that. That's where I should be swatching these in that black paper journal, not this white one. Hey, Kathy. They're like Perlex, Gina, exactly. Or I think. Does Perlex have a binder though? There was always like Perlex and Perfect Pearls. One had a binder and one didn't. Oh man, it's been a long time since I thought about Perlex or Perfect Pearls, to be honest. And I did buy those brushos. I bought 2 brushos, remember, from an art store downtown? No idea where those went. All right, so this is the fluorescent yellow. Again, this is on top of something that has a whole bunch of ink sprays and whatnot. And sometimes these Adirondack sprays or dilution sprays will just come up through absolutely everything. But you can tell that it's definitely a lighter yellow than that one. We'll go over here. Over here, it's pretty translucent on this. Hard to see. Harder to see with the fluorescent yellow compared to the. Where are we? Yeah. This was the regular yellow, and then the fluorescent was down here and out on this X. But we can get out the one that Sandra made me. My niece is gone, so she won't. Let's see, back here. Now, I should have been swatching on black paper from the beginning. Well, I don't know. This is hardly swatching, my friends. I'm using that term loosely. Let's see. I'm going back into this bag here where I want to swatch the gold on this now. Oh, that one wasn't primed. So you can see that it's fully flooded. Yeah, Perlex had no binder, and you used to remember. And then Perfect Pearls was the one that had the binder. But Perfect Pearls was just a mica. It's not, it's different than Magicals because Magicals move, right? Like Perfect Pearls, like they added the shimmer, but I don't think that when you dissolve them, they changed color, right? Like the Perfect Pearls just added the, know what I mean, Vern? I don't think they dissolved in water. All right, so this gold definitely looks better on the maybe it looks better because I've primed, I've let it sit for a while and it's fully saturated. But it's looking nice on the black paper, this particular gold. Hold the fort. Ew. It looks so nice and metallic, my lights don't like it. Magicals have dye or ink added in them. I don't have any of the newer ones here. I found Lindy's Stamp Gang at the beginning of my mixed media, like a long time ago. The beginning of my YouTube career, I suppose. So 10 years ago. So the magicals I have look like this. But the markers, again, these ones are Okuhu. You get them on Amazon. Search for, apparently Jane found hers. They were rocks, rock and tire markers or something like that. This one is Jazzy Jive in purple. So they don't look like this anymore. These are Moon Glows Magicals. Moon Glows Magicals. But I love Lindy Stamp Gang. Even now, I mean, their walnut ink sprays are just amazing. I love them. But I'll just quickly I'll just show you the difference between Perlex. If I put water on Perlex, it would do nothing. If you put water on, and I'm not a magical expert. In fact, I know nothing about them. I know nothing about them. They just that's my Swatch one. I don't want to use that. I used a whole lot of the moon shadows and all of the sprays from Lindy Stamp Gang. But these couple of magicals I bought, I never didn't do too much with. So I'll just go to this page. I don't know anything about it. Go to Janet's channel. If you want to know lots about magicals, check out Janet. Let's see. This is, I don't know anything about it. I'm just going to take a little bit. And this is how not to use magicals. But I think you only need a little bit. Like I said, this is I don't know what they look like. The jars now look different. This is watercolor. It's only got a little bit. Lamore Weber got you into magical years ago. Exactly. Like, well, for me, Lindy Stamp Gang, I first found out by Arlene, My Butterfly Kisses, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I'm just going to spray it, see what happens. So Perlex doesn't do that, right? Perlex doesn't have the, like the ladies were saying, the ink in them. Let me see if I can find a Screaming Banshee, like the actual matching spray. What do we got in here? Some Moon Shadow, Long John Silver, Silhouette Silver, Van Dyke. This is what's under my desk that I still need to go through. And shake it. But the Moon Shadow Mrs. Smith Walnut, I don't even know if they probably don't look like this anymore either. But I loved Lindy Stamp Gang for a long time. But these Moon Shadow Mist, I wish I could find that book. Remember I made that book that I had all my sprays? Where's, oh yeah. So let's just, this is Long John Silver. But it's walnut ink. Let's mix that. Oh. This is a Canson watercolor journal that is buckling because it's humid. That is really buckling. I know. I'm. Drink some tea, Paula. Words are hard. I'm gonna have to start like taping down may not be the right term, but maybe I'll have to like bulldoze clip that if I'm gonna be using this much saturation. All right, Screaming Banshee. I'm just gonna put a little bit of, I don't know. Like I said, ooh, I'm causing craftalanche under there. But I think this stuff, in this magical stuff, this what is in these things. Like when you get the moon shadow mist or whatnot, it comes. Does it still come empty or not? No water. Well, I didn't really swatch the sprays necessarily. When I had that little book, who remembers it years ago? It was a little book, and I just took plain white paper, and I used embossing folders, and I embossed a whole bunch of white paper. So not only did it have the colors of all my sprays, but it had all of my embossing folders too. Remember that little book? Hmm. Hmm. I haven't seen it in a while. Even when I was cleaning the other day. Let me just check one spot up here. Oh, craftalanche. Craftalanche. It had. Oh, there goes my phone. That's even better. I saw it recently. I thought, well, recently is a loose term. Gonna cause a craftalanche. I'll make it a priority to try to find it. I don't know. Interesting. Where would I mean, we didn't see it, right? No, I didn't show it when I cleaned my bookshelves, I don't think. Anyways, I just used my embossing folders and then sprayed it. So this is, again, how not to use this stuff. Go check out Janet's channel if you want to learn a little bit more. I'm just going to take my sketchbook over here. You remember it's on the dot? It probably is, Linda. I kid you not. I probably put it in with all like my finished stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the cover. It was a little book. It was ATC sized, right? I think. And it was thick. It was ATC. Dang it, that's gonna bug me all night. Oh, I'm gonna write it down. Maybe if I write it down, it'll get out of my head, and I have to think about that all night. Like I said, the way my brain works, I'll just be like envisioning stuff. Oh, is that it? Not envisioning. Like I'll be trying to remember, recall in my brain. I forgot about my little book I made for that Stencil Girl blog hop a while ago. What is this? Ooh, did I find? No. I thought it was, but no, that's a tag book. Something like that, though. Like I feel like we're getting warmer. Not in there, not in there. One more place to check, and then I'm going to call it. Worry about it later. Or I will have the absolute biggest craftalanche going. Yeah, so how not to use magicals. Is it behind this? Oh, I'm finding other interesting things over here. There's my niece Sydney that was in the chat tonight. Ooh, look, Linda. No, all my art's always. Our wonderful friend Linda White Holloway painted this one. How long ago was this? 2013. Background, Glimmer Glam Art Journal. Round Robin, Journal Artista, Ustream, Linda White Holloway, 2013. Love it. All right, I thought I'd peek behind here because that's where that stuff usually is, but it is not anything there. No, those are my painted. Don't get this. The little thing from Jen. No, there's that. There's this. Oh, the box from Carol. All right, unfortunately not. I'll have to think hard about that. Dang it. I made this so long ago for my... I can't even remember how long ago that was. That was my niece that was just in the chat with us earlier. All right. Remember, there's some UT on that bad boy. You see the UT on that flower? I just inked the edges and then added layers of... Look how delicate that Tim Holtz. Was that... Yeah, I die cut those flowers. Oh, look at that. Like, look. I don't think the stickles or whatever lasted very well here. Look at that. What would I have had there? Not stickles. No, well, it was shiny. This reminds me of a Barb show today. I love the fibers and all that. I mean, we had fun. I made all of the file folder thingamajiggies, and then all of the tags inside. That was a long time ago, or it feels like it anyways. But it was about the same time I made this book that I made that other one. One day when I go on the dark side, it'll show up. I love the fibers. I still have... Anyway, I forgot about this book. Little stencil girl from a blog post. So this would have... I did this in 2013 as well. I believe 2013. I think I need to keep this out. Lifting heavy weights changes my body for the good. True. My little book of... Oh, I like that color scheme. I don't remember making this though. Like, I mean, like, do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I can sit in a page, I can look at a project or an art journal page and I'm like, I can remember the act of creating that. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't remember creating this. Did I do this live? I don't remember. It was a little Strathmore Mixed Media Vellum Surface 300. This was a sample. I forgot about that little book. No, what I was saying about sorry, I said something about magicals and then somebody answered me and then I ignored them. My apologies. No, my question was, you know when you get Lindy Stamp Gang stuff, right? They don't come with the water in them, or they used to not. Anyways, I don't know if they still do. They just came with the mica and, pigments on the bottom. And I always wondered, so this moon shadow mist, right? Or like I have the jazzy jive in purple. I have the jazzy jive in purple in a spray form. So I wondered if this stuff is just if the magicals is what's in the bottom. You know what I mean, Vern? Is it the same stuff? Oh, dominoes, absolutely. I mean, I still have dominoes over there that I could use stamped on. I love doing dominoes. I mean, in that altered book that my club scrap around wrote one with the Debbie Boring there, she even has an altered domino. She did an altered domino on a page. All my altered dominoes are over there. I can remember going to the U.S. Speaking of going to the U.S., I can remember going to Buffalo and finding these ginormous dominoes because you didn't want the ones that were plastic. You know what I mean? Like they needed to be, well, maybe they were plastic, but they were hard. Like they needed to be a certain quality of. It is what's in the sprays. All right, thanks, Eileen. That makes more sense to me. Makes more sense to me. Thanks. I mean, and you had to have the stays on. But there are some little fur ephemera right there. It's all. Is that fur ephemera? Yeah. Little texture. But the moon shadow mist, which is walnut ink spray. Old world walnut ink formula with lustrous hidden color. Fill to the fill line with hot water. Shake well each time. Blah, blah, blah. This is still not dry, so I have to have I'm just going to throw a piece of wax paper. That fluorescent red pen is not quite dry. Put this upside down. I think you would like that powder stuff. Yeah, you had to have real dominoes. Like I'm telling, there were specific ones you needed. Like you couldn't get the cheap dominoes. They had to be like I said, I still have a couple sets over there. I'm sure on the dark side of my room. This book, I think I need to take a heat gun to it. I don't know. Again, like my room is, as you guys know, my room is damp to begin with. But these pages, and then it's humid here in Toronto right now. Let's see. I'm gonna spray that down. Walnut ink is fun. I mean, I still on the drive side. Box making's in my head today. It's because of Minneapolis. Like I thought like I just can't get out of my head the time I spent in Minneapolis. But the drive side, that's a box term. Like when you have a big machinery, right? You have the operator side, and you have the drive side. So the drive side where the motor is. Anyway, I don't know why that came out of my head. What was I was talking about dry side. I don't even know why I was talking about it now. What was I saying about? Oh, I got it's always drive side. I can't even remember. Anyways, drive side. I don't think I've even said drive side of machine in years. I mean, I haven't worked in that box plant now. It's been almost 10 years, right? It shut down in 2010 or 11. So I haven't even said that word in a long time. I'm just gonna scrunch this up. There's so many chemicals in the book. There won't be any mold in it, that's for sure. I was lucky living in South Florida. You get Cuban dominoes. Well, how are they different, Eileen? That sounds interesting. Their moon shadows were infusion before they were infusion. What is infusion? Is it some type of spray I need to know about? Oh, that's what I was saying. On the drive side, on the dark side of my room. I'm gonna start to calling it the drive side of my room instead of the dark side. Dark side, drive side. Anyways, I have like walnut ink from back in the day over there. Not saying that this isn't real walnut ink. But this walnut ink just has mica already built in it. This is Long John Silver, so not the. Where's another spray? I'm just gonna reach down. I can't take out my whole thing. Like I said, that's my problem, my friends. I have too much. I mean, there's like with like, but when you have too much of the like, you got problems. Infusion are walnut ink powders with a color added. Oh, so it's a different brand? Are they made out of bone, Eileen, or something? Like, are they? I guess they need to be. Jamaicans play a lot too. Like, and they slap the. I mean, they have to. That I guess you have to have some dominoes that won't break because they. Some of those dominoes take a beating. They get passionate. Well, I'm like that too. If I play a game, look out. We're playing. I'm playing. If we're playing a game, we're playing. There's no Buccaneer Bronze, Van Dyke Sepia. I have the other. Yeah, tomorrow we definitely have to work under my table tomorrow. That's where all this stuff is. And you shouldn't be just spraying them in a comp book. Well, you can do whatever you want, but the comp book doesn't showcase them as well as other things. Do I have, actually, right here I have some just embossed cardstock that I use on my jelly plate. Let me see, that's super old. Is there any that's a light color? Aha! Well, this one has some on that side, but let's spray it this side, see what happens. Van Dyke Sepia. That's just sinking right in. Nothing's happened. I mean, you're not gonna be able to see on camera either. The shiny. I'm telling you, Lindy Stamp Gang. If I showed you my other spray, if you like mica sprays, they are fun. So let's see. So hopefully the mica will on this one will settle and I'll be able to see. Mahjong tiles, yeah. You love the new speckled egg. So what is he do? What is he doing? Just releasing one a month? I didn't. I was just watching something the other day, and it showed his. I've been out of the loop. I didn't know his distress spray stains. Man, I want to always say distress strain. Distress spray stains. They come in the glitter ones, like the dilutions. I did not know that until like yesterday. So out of the loop, but I'm on a spending freeze. I'm gonna use what I have. I got some new stuff to play with. I got lots of old stuff to play with. I got some new stuff to play with. So we'll have a little spending freeze for a bit. So you can see mica settling in. Now this is the wrong side. You know, usually your embossing folder, you'd have that side popped up. But for sake of, you can see the mica. Now you can't see the walnut stain because, well, it's just walnut stain. I shouldn't say just. It's fun stuff. Walnut stain. I have these random things. But I want to get out one of the. Let's see. I keep reaching into this and keep pulling out moon shadow mists, but not any of the. I can't even remember what they're called. Oh, those are glimmer mists. Don't want those right now. More moon shadow mist. This one's almost empty. Look at that. I'm a pro. What are the other sprays called? And so now maybe they probably. Oh, here they are. Starburst. Dang it. Smoky sapphire. So again, if you're ordering from Lindy's Stamp Gang now, which I think you can get them on Amazon. Hey, Tanya, thank you for being here, guys. Once a month or so. Yeah, so once a month they're going to come out. Sprays, ink pads, distress, and distress glaze. That's something else I don't know. I didn't know about. I'm like, what is that pot? Moonshadow Mist is a spray from Lindy's Stamp Gang. They still make them, right? I'm hoping. I think they're still making, but made by Lindy's Stamp Gang. That it's a walnut ink spray. Walnut ink formula with luscious hidden color. It is luscious. This one is smoky sapphire. And I just clogged it. Dang it. I clogged it because... Alright. Stir. Because it's all settled on the bottom, and I haven't used a lot of these in a while. Oh, what is... Supposed to shake them like this? The glaze is awesome. Like, does it dry up? Oh, man. I'm going to have to get a couple colors of the new stuff to try. I've got to research it. So this Starburst stain is not brown. So it's a ink spray with mica in it with shimmery, but it's this one is Cajun Carnelian Red. But you can't beat the mica on Lindy's Stamp Gang. And again, there's just something about the Moon Shadow Mists I absolutely love. They look so much nicer now. If you look at the bottles, same bottles, but like the labels on the bottles now will show you what what the color and what the shift is and all that stuff. So Lindy's Stamp Gang. I saw them on Amazon, but they not in out of stock in Canada. I really wanted the metallic set to test out. So I shouldn't be spraying them. I mean, these are, like I said, these were just embossed things I had up for my jelly plate from years ago. So not the best to use as examples. I mean, look at that walnut ink. Now you can barely see where it's almost the exact same color of this card. Hey, Joanna. Welcome back. I'm just about to, we're talking about Lindy's Stamp Gang. I'm just about to take off. It's almost dinner time. I truly appreciate everybody being here. Again, tomorrow, I'll be live sometime during the morning, probably. Maybe for an hour, I'll have a chat, do something. I don't know. And then I'll see you tomorrow. If not, if I don't see you during the day, I will definitely see you tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right over in Journal Artista Channel for Stencil Saturday. So see the blue. I'm going to be playing with all my walnut sprays now. And you got to have the big splots, right? Like, you got to have some splots. You got to have some. I can hear Simon eating without me out there. What one is this? Gossamer Gold. See, now all I want to do is spray stuff, and I need to go eat. I need to be eating. Where is my canceling? Oh, what happens if I spray it on top of here? Anita, thank you so much. Hi, Carol. Bye, Carol. Thanks, Sandra. I appreciate it, guys. Hopefully, everybody has a wonderful night. It's just, my camera doesn't pick it up, but it's all the gold shimmer. The Micah and Lindy Stamp Gang. Love it. And if you like, book paper, old looking stuff, aged stuff, definitely check out the Moon Shadow Mists. I'm gonna find that Razer Frozen swatch book thingamy do. Mark my words before tomorrow. They're on sale for $4.45 a bottle. Oh, you're gonna be in no internet zone all weekend, Linda? On purpose? Or are you choosing thanks, Jane? On purpose, or is this dang it, I honest to goodness, I can't stop. Phantom Fuchsia. All I want to do is spray inks. Oh, you're looking after your mom. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, my friend. Thanks, Cynthia. Hello, Cynthia. But I say goodbye, and all I can't stop. I'm trying to get the. Some of these have sat under my desk for unused for a few years. Oh, that's gonna take me too long. Anyways, I'm out. I'll be here. We'll be here all night. Ooh, look at what happened. Look at this. For those of you who are still here, look at that. Hold the fort. Come on, focus, my friend. You kind of see the little pathways. Maybe not. My camera, it wants to focus when it. You see, kind of like that's cool. The shimmer there. Anyways, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. I gotta go eat something. Much love. Thanks, Butter Dust. Thanks, Joan Bell.